Hi, reading research paper can be a tricky task. It is important to ensure you not only understand the research but to read it critically and evaluate its reliability. Here is some advice to help you efficiently read, understand, and critically evaluate research articles. This clip focuses on how to read research papers. It is a part of the Research Methodology 101 series which covers various research methods. By the end of this video, you will have the skill to read a paper like a professional. Paper organization. In scholarly composition, research paper conventionally comprises the following essential sections: abstracts, introduction, related work, material, methods, results, conclusion, and references. Please note this is the structure of research paper in general, and this may vary slightly depending upon the area of research and the author's preferred writing style. Title and authors. Pay attention to the title. The title should tell the main purpose of the paper, often states the main finding, and is not about being creative and catchy. The order of the author is important when can tell you from it. It is also good to look at the authors and their affiliations, which could be important for various reasons, including for future reference, future employment, for guidance, and for checking if the research is reliable. Abstract. The abstract offers a brief summary, highlighting the key point of the paper's research and providing an overview of the findings. It will usually contain 4 pieces of information: checklist, what to look for in the abstract, purpose or rationale of study, what they did it, what they were trying to do it, can you understand, and what the paper is about. Methodology, how they did it. Results, what did they find. Conclusion, what does it mean? How does it impact the wider field? Most importantly, it will indicate if you should continue and read the rest of the paper. Introduction. The introduction gives context to the research by giving information about the field and previous related research that led to this paper. It explains the purpose of the research, what is already known about the topic, the hypotheses that are being tested, and how the study will improve current understanding of the topic. Checklist, what to look for in the introduction. Is the cited literature up to date? Do the authors cite only review articles, primary research articles? Do they miss key papers? Can you see why this paper is an advance over what was done in the past? You can skip this as if you are already familiar with the background or related literature. Literature review. Before deciding whether or not to incorporate what you have found in your literature review, you need to evaluate the resources to make sure they contain information what is authoritative, reliable, and relevant. Checklist, what to look for an introduction. What are the key terms and concepts? How relevant in this article to my specific topic? What are the major relationship trends and patterns? How has the author structured the arguments? How authoritative and credible in this source? What are the difference and similarity between the source? Read your paper in chronicle order from the earliest publication to the most recent. And above all, are there any gaps in the literature that require further study? Methods. This is another section you may want to only skim unless you wish to identify the methods used by the researcher or if you intend to replicate the research yourself. You should aim to match the methods with the result to understand what has been done. This should be done when reviewing in the figures rather than reading the methods section in isolation. Checklist, what to look for in the method section. Evaluate whether the chosen method align appropriately with the goals of the experiment. Does the data analysis appear to have been done with care and were appropriate analytical techniques used? Do they cite previous work to explain methods? If so, access and read the original article to ensure what has been done. By considering this point, you can effectively evaluate the method section to gain insight into the experimental procedure and their alignment with the study's objective. Results. How you read the results is important because while the text is good to read, it is just a description of the results by the author. The author may say significantly, but you need to look at the result and confirm the change really was significant. Checklist: what to look for when reviewing results. Checklist: uh, do they use valid statistical analysis? Are results really significant? Have any figure have been appropriately manipulated to connect the results with the research question? Read the methods alongside the results and match the method to each figure and table so you are sure what was done. The discussion summarizes the results. Here the results are interpreted and their significance is explained. It refers back to the introduction and explains how the study answered the research question. Checklist: what to look for in the discussion section. Do you agree with the author's interpretation of the results? Are there any unanswered questions? What conclusion do the author draw? How do these results relate to my research interest or to other works which I have read? References. Read the bibliographic references section. Reading these references or works cited may lead you to either useful resources. You might also get a better understanding of the basic terminology, main concepts, major researchers, and basic terminology in the area you are researching. Paper cited in the text: which part of the paper cite other papers, introduction, material and method, discussion, and maybe have a few in results. Approach reading the paper like interpreting a traffic light signal. Treat the introduction as green, allowing you to proceed smoothly. Given extra attention to the abstract and discussion, treating them cautionary yellow signals, signifying the need of careful consideration. However, when you reach the method and result section, bring yourself a red signal, indicating a full stop to read and in-depth and thoroughly understand the contents. Take notes, draw mini figures, draw vocabulary, find plus and negative points. Searching paper, uh, visit this clip and you can find what defines the effective searching strategies and techniques like a pro. Then find some references and conferences. These are the references. I hope you like it. Thank you very much.